Much of the information that shapes our societies is rooted in science. Mass communication, news reporting, political decision-making, and everyday public debates all rely, directly or indirectly, on scientific knowledge, methods, and expertise. At the same time, however, claims that invoke the authority of science without meeting its standards are also widespread. False or misleading interpretations, deliberate distortions, and conspiracy narratives are increasingly entering public communication spaces. Consequently, well-established scientific findings such as the reality of human-made climate change and the effectiveness of vaccines are persistently questioned, and trust in science as a knowledge-producing system is eroded. Against this background, the project Unreliable Science, funded by the European Media and Information Fund, investigates how false scientific claims spread, asking a central question: how can people be protected in an information environment in which unreliable science travels faster than ever before?
Science tends to give various answers to one question. An example would be how much sea level will rise in the future, and you get answers 1 meter, 20 centimeters, 2 centimeters. Because the answers are so incompatible, it follows that most of them are wrong, and now you can jump to the conclusion that it's not trustworthy at all.
People often assume that scientific uncertainty means failure. When something is intended to demonstrate complexity, it is often misunderstood as contradictory.
Yes, conspiracy theories have a close relation to science, and let's say those who create conspiracy theories, they hesitate to deny scientific results. Usually they cherry pick some interesting parts of existing science and use them. In climate science, it is typical to pick up a period of 4 years where the climate is not rapidly warming, and then refer to that period and say, look, we have 4 years here where it's getting colder and colder. And this is cherry picking, of course, because we can notice that in the long run the tendency is quite opposite.
What appears to be a scientific debate is often actually the deliberate misinterpretation of evidence. However, unreliable science is not only circulated through disinformation, it also feeds on a person's tendency to accept or disregard scientifically grounded information.
One of my central concepts is called cognitive sophistication. It refers to motivation and ability to reason, and I'm interested in seeing how this might be related to pro-science and anti-science dispositions, so epistemically suspect beliefs. If people do not trust in science, they usually endorse those beliefs more. So they do believe more in paranormal, supernatural, pseudoscientific beliefs. Similarly, if they do not trust in media, they usually have more of those.
As we can see, trust in science does not arise in isolation, but in relation to specific environments, institutions, and rules. One example of decision-makers attempting to strengthen trust in science by establishing regulations and framework conditions for handling data is the EU's regulation of online platforms.
Any system of regulation of online platforms will have to rely on these platforms to do the right thing, to become responsible. It is unlikely that the external oversight will suffice to restore all wrongs online if the platforms themselves do not take responsibility to amend their system, their modus operandi, the way they recommend content, the way they amplify content.
In addition to the new responsibilities, it is important to emphasize that we cannot assume good scientific practice is the norm. Finding a solution to the spread of unreliable information is an inherently complex task.
I don't think that there is a single solution to the issue, and it seems that preventing losing trust might be easier than helping people to regain it.
There is no single safeguard against unreliable science. Reliable science emerges where critical thinking, legal frameworks, and responsible scientific practice intersect.